Hello everybody! Today we're going to have another wonderful video that's going to either help you make a ton of money or at least give you a new vision of the world of finance. Now, one thing I've noticed, a lot of people are making videos on YouTube about how to make passive income with Kindle books. And this is one of the most surprising things I've ever seen, because there are so many people who make these kinds of videos, and I actually don't even think that they're making passive income on Kindle books, because I'll be honest, writing a book that really gets a lot of people's attention is not an easy proposition. I'm not trying to discourage you from writing books. I actually think that's a great thing, and you should. If you have an idea, you should publish on Kindle. What I'm kind of more skeptical about is how people are turning Kindle into kind of a get-rich scheme or kind of a passive income view. Because let's just go back in time to when you were going to the bookstore like Barnes and Noble. How many old books or books have how many books have you seen at Barnes and Noble that are like 50 years old? That would be what I would consider a perfect example of passive income to the author, if they're still around, that people are still buying these books way after they've been written. But if you think about it, most books that people will write today, they will not be read next year. They completely disappear. You can just think of how so many books that are published this year, next year, you'll see it in the used section on Amazon. Sometimes it goes for like $1 or even a penny. So when you think about that, the reason for that is because the interest level in anyone's book is likely to decline over time, and that makes sense. Think about it. Let's say we go back 10 years ago and you wrote a book about how to write iPhone apps. Now, of course, people still make iPhone apps, but if you made this book 10 years ago, a lot has changed. The code has changed, and there's all kinds of different rules in the Apple Store that you have to follow and things like that. And so if you think, oh, I'll just write this one book about how to make iPhone apps, and then I'm gonna get rich and just sit here on a yacht collecting checks from Amazon for writing a Kindle book. Well, I don't think that works in reality. Too much has changed over time, so I don't think that writing a book is really passive income like they say. Actually, it requires a lot of active effort, because once you write the one book, you probably are going to say, oh, I could probably make more money on the second book. And the second book is almost like you're continuing to work on the same kind of thing in order to continue making money. And if we want to be honest with each other, the truth is that almost all content goes down in value over time. This is true for music. It's true for movies. Think about how movies, like there's a lot of hoopla when a movie comes out. Everybody's talking about it and everybody's trying to see it. But then, like 5 years later, it's like in the budget section at the Walmart for like $5. So that's a sign that over time, things like content tend to go down in value. Now, if you do want to actually make it passive income, probably the best way would be to make it extremely timeless. Like, for instance, how to stay organized, or how to have less clutter. Because something like that, people always want to have less clutter, or how to make more money. Now, that's useful to some extent, although things change. There are different ways to make money. But you get the idea. If you can make something that over time it doesn't matter, the people will still be interested in the topic, and ostensibly it's possible that a book will still be downloaded. But I'll be honest, Kindle is not passive income, because once you make the book, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to have to try to get people to know about your book, because there are millions of books published on the Kindle store. It takes so much effort to get people to even become aware of your book, and it's really a really tough topic. In fact, I've actually published things on the Kindle store, and I have gotten a few downloads, but it's definitely not a massive amount. It's like a few downloads here and there. So I'm not retired and on some beach somewhere enjoying my Kindle downloads. And I think we need to be real with each other. I think too many people want to get clicks and say, hey, you can make so much passive income, you can retire from your Kindle store. No, I don't think so. I don't think that that's likely. Instead, if you're into Kindle, it's important to think of it this way. This is how I see a success on Kindle. You make a really great best-selling book and it sells at millions of copies, but then that gives you an incentive really to consider making another book, and then making money on the second book, and then you do really well on the second book, and then it gives you encouragement to write the third book. So, but that's not passive income. That's still hustling. It's still doing a business that's active. Now, if you want something that's passive, what you do is you take your income that you made from Kindle, and then you invest it into things that are pretty predictable and stable, and then you don't have to worry about that. So that's the one way that there's passive income from Kindle. But I definitely don't see the Kindle books as anything like passive income the way people are marketing it. That's just not true, and I'm just always trying to be honest with you. I don't try to market nonsense or fakeness in any way. Anyway, I hope that you're enjoying this video, and I look forward to talking with you in the next one. And definitely subscribe and click the like button. It really helps. Can you click the like button? All right, see you in the next video.